Hi everyone, my name is Juliet Gateri from Alternate Doors Consulting. I'm a HR consultant and recruiter based in Kenya. So today we'll start off with a couple of questions. I usually receive a lot of questions from my LinkedIn inbox, so I will just go through a couple of them and I will give my recommended answers. So the first question is from Samuel. The question is the secretarial role diminishing in the work front? I rarely see any of the positions being advertised. A secretarial role is slowly becoming redundant if it hasn't already. There are some key skills that are required in any secretarial role, which probably were very important probably 10, 20, not even 10, 20 years ago. So like shorthand, that's a very key role in secretarial, because now, because of technology, the role is diminishing in the workplace. So if you already have secretarial roles, which I'm assuming people who were out of school probably 10 years ago don't have such skills, probably people who are a bit older. So what I would recommend with a person who has done secretarial, they'll probably need to upgrade and learn new technology, so at least they can be able to adapt in the workplace. But it's slowly diminishing, as currently any person can just use a calendar to book their appointments. Travel agents can book your travel. If it's notes, sometimes you can even record yourself, and you can look at the notes later on. We have people who, in any meeting, there's usually a secretary in place, somebody with another role who can be able now to take the minutes. So the secretarial role is slowly diminishing. So any person who has these skills, I would probably advise them to upgrade, and then now they can start applying for roles such as executive assistant, admin assistant, personal assistant, those type of roles. Yes, second question comes from Mercy. In some instances, you find and select a great female candidate and seal the deal all the way to the offer range. Only after signing the offer do they disclose to you that they are expectant. What advice would you give around this in terms of onboarding and business continuity? Wow, that's a tough one. For a small business, it is a risk, especially because of the costs involved. If it's a bigger business, they can absorb this risk, especially if it's a good candidate. So if somebody discloses after the fact, usually it's not encouraged for you to do that. So for any HR or recruiter, it's advised you ask if this person has any if they would like to disclose any information that would, affect the employment, let's say in the first 6 months. So it's better probably you give them something as they fill in the forms, as they're joining the company or the offer letter. You should have a clause where they need to disclose any information that would affect the employment, so at least the business can plan. If you're a good candidate, some companies will give you time to go for your maternity leave, so there's no need to lie or not to disclose this information. If it's a small business, in many instances, actually 99% of the small businesses that I've worked with, if you tell the company that you are pregnant after they've given you the offer, most of the times they rescind the offer. So if you're a job seeker, my advice is disclose any information. Bigger companies will absorb the risk, especially if you're a good candidate, they will wait for those 3 months. If it's a smaller company, they might not have that luxury to do that. And then if you're a HR, a recruiter, or a business owner, in your offer letters, just make sure you have a clause where somebody has to disclose whether any information that might affect their employment in the first 6 months. Yes. So we'll go to the third question. This one is anonymous. So somebody asked, I have been out of work for a good 10 years as I concentrated on starting my family. During those years, I did manage to finish a degree course and dabbled in business as well as I worked online. I am currently not satisfied with the online work as it offers a good salary, but no movement for me career-wise. So this person would desire growth in terms of career. So what advice would you give me to re-enter the workforce? What should I focus on most, and what do I need to get back into employment? So the first thing is, I think for most women, we become very insecure, especially if we took a break to take care of our family and we don't put these things on our CV. So in this case, this person, what I would do, the CV, you should include that you took time off those 10 years and explain what you did on your CV. So it's taking care of your family, even mention what you are doing. Probably you raised your kids until they were 10 years. So you have to mention those things. If you're working online, if you did your degree, of course your degree has to be there in terms of your education background, but don't be shy to say that you are taking care of your family. I remember when I did my first internship, I did it in Australia, and there was this lady who left employment in 1995 and then she rejoined back in the late 2000. But this lady, she was an excellent, candidate. Like, she was really, really active at the workplace, and she was never shy telling us that she took a break from 1995 and then she rejoined the workforce. And to be honest, nothing really, I asked her, has anything changed? So a few technologies have come in, but nothing really has changed in terms of the role. So she was able to reintegrate back into the same company. So please don't be shy. It's not a bad thing for you to take a break to take care of your family. So for this person, if the work they were doing online, what I would do, I would look for similar roles, but roles that would be in a office or work environment, so that it's easier for me to reintegrate into the workforce. But honestly, I really don't think it's a big deal for you to work online. It's also a career, and I think you have more freedom if you're working online and working from home than in an office environment. But maybe sometimes people want to have that environment where they're interacting with people. So just look for similar roles like what you're doing online, and then it's easier to reintegrate back into the workforce. And you're more stable. Somebody who has taken a break to raise children, so there's nothing much they have missed. They've done what they wanted to do, and now they're back. So this person is more stable, and they're more hungry to get into the workforce. So this one would be a very good candidate. Yes, thank you.